Hello guys, this is Godzilla, and today I am doing another review. Let me move this. Lately I'm getting a lot of requested reviews out of the way. So, today the review that was requested was Minya. So, this is the Bandai Minya, by the way. First I just want to say that, for some reason this doesn't really feel like a Bandai figure. It's hard vinyl, but it's a little bit soft. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But it says Bandai on the foot. So, anyway. I'll start off with detail. It's pretty straightforward. It's not like the scales or anything you'd see on Godzilla. It's just completely, his skin is completely smooth. There's all these little dimples in it, like little holes, craters. That's all over his body. His spine thing is like, I'm not sure how to describe it, but it is textured. Tail has all these little lines and folds and stuff, which looks good. I'm gonna move the camera down. Okay, so his teeth are not individually sculpted. You know, he only has 4 teeth, so it wouldn't have been that hard. He has pointy eyebrows, which looks a little weird, but I think it's movie accurate. He has all these like folds and lines on his legs, which looks okay, I guess. Same on his arms. So detail is actually kind of poor on this figure, but it's okay. This was made in 1991, so it's somewhat understandable, but still, like, Bandai is kind of starting to get really good right around the mid-90s, so I would have expected a little more, but it's okay. Paint job. He is pretty much a solid gray all around. He has kind of blackish highlights coming down his spine thing. Although it looks like the highlight is not centered on the spine, it looks like it's off place to the right. Can you guys see that? How it's more dark over here than over here? So that's a little sloppy. Eyes are white with pure black pupils. Teeth are white. The mouth is red, which looks kind of weird, but whatever. His nails aren't painted. That's okay though, because he's kind of a light gray, so his nails, if his nails were painted, it wouldn't have been too different from what his skin already is. He has like pinkish red highlights on his feet, his groin area, and his hands. Curious as to why they did that, because I don't remember that being on the original, the suit, but whatever. It overall seems kind of pointless. Let's see, what else is there about paint job? I think that's it. The paint job is also just kind of straightforward. Now I'm going to do articulation. The head, you could probably force it 360, but I don't want to. Don't want to damage it. So the head moves about from here to here, and that's about as far as you get without having to force it. Arms move 360, but you have to move it a bit to clear it from the leg. This one moves 360 without problems. Legs move 360. It's a little stiff. So 5 points of articulation. It's standard, but good. Movie accuracy. Now, first looking at this figure, it doesn't really look all that movie accurate. Like, his arms are kind of broad, wide out. It's kind of weird, and he's a little too upright. He has these weird hips that bulge out. So his body isn't really that movie accurate at all. And his face also looks kind of weird, but upon closer inspection, it's actually not that far off from what it was in the movie. It looks okay. Maybe a little bit of a longer snout, just a little bit, and it would have been good. Also, I forgot to mention with the paint job, it'd have been nice if they painted his eyebrows black, right in there, right above his eyes. That would have made it a little more movie accurate. I mean, his eyebrows or ridges kind of create shadows anyway. As you can see, it looks like he has eyebrows anyway. But I think it'd have just been better if they used paint. So, movie accuracy, it's not so good, but the head is okay. And that's, I think, what is most important. So now I'm going to do size comparisons. Let me start off with a 6-inch figure. I'll go ahead and move this up. I'll go ahead and start off with a 6-inch figure. His dad from Destroy All Monsters, Godzilla, 1968. It doesn't really work well at all. I mean, I suppose it could work, but really this isn't good. He'd have to be this tall for it to be accurate. So it doesn't really work, but it doesn't look quite awful. Let's put him there. Oh, by the way, this is 5.5 inches tall, but technically it's an 8-inch scaled figure, so it's supposed to scale better with 8-inch figures anyway. So that said, let's get out a 8-inch Bandai figure, Kiryu, or Mechagodzilla 3. This works better. There's not much to say. I think it works better. It looks good. But, I don't know. I think it'd work if you're recreating Destroy All Monsters. But other than that, it doesn't really look all that good. He should be a little bigger, I think. Or, he should be a little smaller. Let's get out another 8-inch figure. The, Trendmasters 8-inch Godzilla 94. Same with Mechagodzilla. It doesn't really look perfect, but it would work just fine. So, let me get this guy out of here. Last, let's try out a 10-inch figure. I think 10 inches. 10 to 12 inches, I'd say. Oh man, I have to move up the camera. Godzilla Final Wars by Bandai Creation. And I have to move the camera back. This, I think, is just about right. Now I'm gonna go as far to say as that this actually looks a little too big. Maybe if Minya were like this big, it would be good. So, but this would definitely look good if you were like doing a father-son video or whatever. So I think it scales best with this scale figure, 10 inches tall about, but it also scales well with 8-inch and not really 6-inch at all. Now, just for fun, let's compare them. Oh, I can move the camera back now. That's good. Let's compare him with all the other versions of Godzilla's son. We have Baby Godzilla, well, 8-inch scale Baby Godzilla, 8-inch scale Little Godzilla. Move these all to the side. And 8-inch scale Godzilla Jr. Now I think it's fitting that I compare all these guys because I think more than a few people have wanted to make their Sons of Godzilla fight. So let's put these two back here. Start off with these guys. Now this isn't to scale because Minya was 30 meters tall. Unless you're following the Godzilla's Revenge continuity where Minya can shrink down to human size. By the way, these two are about exactly the same height. It's still not really to scale because Baby Godzilla, if this is human size Minya from Godzilla's Revenge, then Baby Godzilla should be about this tall. Yeah, that's about right. So they're not to scale, but it definitely looks kind of cool. But because technically this is the full-grown Minya, let's compare him with probably his closest counterpart, Little Godzilla. And Little Godzilla's height escapes me, so I'm going to whip out the official Godzilla Compendium. This thing is amazing, definitely buy it. Let's find Little Godzilla. Okay. It says here that he is 30 meters. Oh, sorry guys. Knock the camera. Oh, wait, okay. Correction, Minya is actually 18 meters tall. So, excuse me, I got the two mixed up. Minya is 18 meters tall, Little Godzilla is 30 meters tall. So, that said, Little Godzilla should be about this big to Minya. About. That there is about right. So no, not to scale. Just out of curiosity, if Minya is 18 meters, Godzilla, Show Godzilla is 50 meters, that means that Godzilla should be like, this big. I don't know. It seems like it's kind of inconsistent, but I'm not gonna fret over it. So, last, there's Godzilla Jr. Definitely not to scale. Godzilla Jr. is like 40 meters tall. So he should be like this big. You see, that's the inconsistency, because in the movies, you see Godzilla is, you know, just about this big to Minya, or maybe this big to Minya. But according to supposable official resources, Minya is like, I don't know how to put it. It says that Minya is smaller than he actually is. This is my theorizing here. Let's do math. 18 times 3 is 54 meters. So Minya should be just under 1/3 of Godzilla's size, which doesn't look right. It looks like he's more like half his size in the movies. So, I don't know. That's just kind of my pointing out of the inconsistencies in the Godzilla universe, or at least between the movies and the resources as far as height. So, scaling, I think he looks good with 8-inch figures and 10-inch figures. That kind of took longer than it should have. Let's just get these guys down here. Final thoughts. I don't know. If you really want to get a Minya, it really depends on what design you like. If you like the Final Wars better, you can always get him. But this guy's a little cheaper, and he's a cool, you know, Showa Minya. I'm not too crazy about the character, but the figure, it's okay. It's kind of enjoyable to have, just to say, you know, I have a Minya figure. So overall thoughts, I think he's worth it, but not for too much money. Try and get him for $30 to $35. That's a good price. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5, just because nothing about it is overwhelming. The detail isn't overwhelming. The paint job isn't overwhelming. Scaling is kind of weird. Movie accuracy is okay. Just 2 out of 5 for me. It's not the best figure in the world, but if you really want it, nothing's stopping you. So, this has been a review by me. If you like this, yeah, by me. It's a Godzilla review. Anyway, yeah, so 2 out of 5. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you